Okay, you guys will have to excuse me because there is a lot of noise going on right now. So I'm going to try and get this done fairly quickly for you guys because it's going to be long, like all of my videos. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my recommendations for summer and spring fragrances. I have 15 fragrances here to talk about today, so it's going to be a long one. I am currently in summer, so these are my recommendations for you guys in the US and all around the world that are going to be coming into summer and spring. These are my recommendations, so I hope that you guys like them. Like I said, I'm going to jump into it. I will list everything down below for you guys. Coming in at my number 15 is Lacoste White. This one is amazing. It has a beautiful, I think it's grapefruit that's in here, like a beautiful grapefruit note that I absolutely love. I'm not gonna lie, I may wear this one myself. Like, this is possibly a fragrance that I would consider pretty unisex. It does feature tuberose as well and ylang ylang, which are both kind of two floral notes that are more commonly shown in women's fragrances, but don't let that like steer you away from trying it. It doesn't smell feminine whatsoever, but it's a beautiful kind of unisex, juicy citrus. Love it so much. Lacoste White, I think it's an incredible fragrance, especially basically with a white t-shirt. Okay, so coming in at my number 14, this is one that I have talked about before. It is the Armaniotis Seed. This one, you guys corrected me, it features black tea, and oh my god, does this smell insanely good. This is one of the best tea smelling fragrances that I have personally tried. I know a lot of you guys like the Gucci Pour Homme too, but please, if you like that fragrance, you're gonna absolutely love this one. There is the most beautiful, like, calming effect to this fragrance that it is amazing. Like, I've worn this one myself and I find it so calming, so beautiful, and it smells insanely good. Like, this smells amazing. Like, it has black tea, it has cedar, it has suede, but it smells amazing, guys. Like, it really does smell amazing. So please try out this fragrance. It's a little bit of a hidden gem, I think. So Eau de Cedar from Armani. My number 13 is from Eccentric Molecules, and the one that I have here is Eccentric 04, which is definitely a fragrance that is slept on. I feel like not a lot of people talk about this one. You can see how much I've personally worn this one. And it's a great fragrance. I'm gonna, like, be honest, it's a pretty masculine citrus. Like, I wear it because I find it very refreshing. A lot of women's citruses can be a little bit too sweet. When I just want something like straight up citrus, strong, very refreshing, very toilet cleaner-like in the best way possible, I'll go for Eccentric 04. I believe it has sandalwood. I'm not entirely sure what's in here, but it's a very bitter citrus scent. It definitely has like a real bitter citrus note to it, along with some creamy sandalwood, but it's a beautiful fragrance, very refreshing. There is not a hint of sweetness in this, like there is no sweetness in here. So if you want to try out like a really masculine citrus that has a little bit of a sandalwood vibe as well, and a bitter citrus note, this is the one to go to. It's very refreshing, like I said. Like, this is one that I like to wear to the gym. I like to wear it when I'm so hot and I just don't want to wear a fragrance. I can chuck on Eccentric 04. Actually gets quite a few compliments as well. I've been complimented on that one quite a lot. The king of tropical summer vacation scents. This is Creed's Virgin Island Water. To me, this is literally, guys, this is literally a vacation in a freaking bottle. This is the most tropical fragrance that you're gonna get. This is a fragrance that literally transports you as soon as you put it on you, as soon as you smell it in the air. This just transports you to the beach, and I'm not even joking. It does it. Virgin Island Water smells like creamy coconut cocktails. Like, it literally smells like you're drinking a creamy coconutty cocktail on the beach. Okay, so next up I have a classic. This one is a good cheapie to have in your collection. Whoever you are, wherever you live, this is one I feel like that's a bit of a staple. This is Versace's Pour Homme. I know a lot of people like the Versace Eau Fraiche, I think it's called, but I prefer Versace Pour Homme just in my personal opinion. This one is neroli, it's bergamot, it's a bit of a bitter citrus again as well. There's not much sweetness in here, but it's very refreshing. Like, there's a beautiful, refreshing, easy to wear vibe to this fragrance. Like, you can just throw this on, you're gonna smell good. You're probably gonna gather quite a few compliments because it smells very fresh and clean. If there's a fragrance in this list that can do no wrong, it is Versace's Pour Homme, especially for the spring summer months. Number 10. Dior Sauvage, the oh so famous, the overhyped, the very much loved Dior Sauvage. Now, I know a lot of people own this, a lot of people talk about it, some people absolutely despise this fragrance, and other people absolutely you know, scream its praises. In my opinion, it is a great fragrance. It's not the best fragrance in the entire world, guys. It's definitely not, but it is mass appealing. Women, like most women, seem to really love Dior Sauvage. I have personally, like, I'm not even joking, I have personally commented on so many guys that wear Dior Sauvage. The formulation that I actually like the best and I highly recommend is the first formulation, the Eau de Toilette, because in my opinion, in the Eau de Parfum, they seem to have lost the like really ultimate freshness that this fragrance has. It's very, very sexy in my opinion. I know some people call it synthetic and whatnot, but it works, guys. It really, really does. It works. It gets compliments, women seem to love it, and it lasts a very long time. So in my opinion, you cannot go wrong with Dior Sauvage. If you don't know how it smells, it's very kind of citrusy, peppery, fresh out of the shower gel kind of vibe. Okay, so next up I have a tie, and I'll tell you guys why I tied these two. I think that you will know why. So here we obviously have Creed Aventus. One of the best times to wear Creed Aventus is in the summer and spring. I personally think that that's when this fragrance shines the best. You can obviously wear this one all year round, but in my opinion, it definitely shines the most in the spring, summer months. Musky, pineapple, a little bit smoky, amazing fragrance. Now, the reason that I tied it with this bad boy is because this is from Parfums Vintage, and this is like a dupe for Creed Aventus. Let me talk about this fragrance right now. I have tried most of the Parfums Vintage Creed dupes. I have pretty much sampled every single one of them, and I have to be honest, I like a few. Like, I like the Vanilla Vintage Intense, I like the X-Batch, but I would say, in my personal opinion, because fragrance is very personal, this one is the best and this one is my favorite, and it is called Emperor X Straight. So this one is a newer release, I believe. This is by far my favorite Creed dupe that I've smelled. This one is a little bit more, if I had to kind of say what's different about the two, I would say you definitely get a little bit more like lime, like a lime note from the bergamot in here. You definitely, that is a lot more amped up. It is a little bit less sweet, a little bit stronger. I would even say this is like even a little bit more masculine than Creed Aventus. Like, don't get me wrong, they're both very masculine, but there's just something about this. I think it's because it's not got a, like, it's definitely not a sweet fragrance. It's got a lot of freshness, a lot of lime, but it still has the Creed, like, Aventus DNA, which I really love. I'm so excited to talk about this fragrance right now because I have been wearing this one myself, and I included it in the list because this is actually a perfectly unisex fragrance, and it is from Parfums de Moly. I know I talk about Parfums de Moly a lot, but I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, I genuinely love the brand Parfums de Moly. I have pretty much loved every single fragrance that I have tried from them. I have basically loved every single one. My favorites are the ones that I talk about on my channel. I don't talk about fragrances that I don't love like a lot. I only talk about fragrances that I genuinely love and would recommend and want you guys to go and spend your money on. So please don't get it twisted. I genuinely love Parfums de Moly. So the fragrance, like I said, that I have here is Galloway. This is musky, it's juicy, it's a little bit fruity and a little bit citrusy, and a tiny bit floral as well, but it's just an amazing fragrance, guys. You've got to check this one out. I've been wearing this one to the gym, and it's pretty expensive to wear to the gym, but I absolutely love it, and I've been getting so many compliments on it. It's very refreshing, but it still has a lot of body to it, which I love. Musky, citrus, juicy, amazing fragrance, amazing. So Galloway from Parfums de Moly, love it so much. Definitely perfect for the spring, summer months. Yes, yes, yes. I absolutely love, 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 love this fragrance. This is Dunhill Icon. Just the original, not the Icon Racing, not the other flankers. This one is the best. Dunhill Icon, in my opinion, is hands down one of the best fragrances to wear in the spring and summer months. There is something very luxurious and expensive smelling, and I can't put my finger on what it is exactly, but there is something so beautiful and high quality in this fragrance that makes me think it's like a $200 fragrance because it smells that good. I think there's neroli, there's bergamot, there's pepper, and there's lavender in here as well, but there's something quite creamy and powdery about this scent as well. Not too much, definitely not too much, but I feel like if you like Prada L'Homme, you're gonna love Dunhill Icon as well. But I'm not gonna lie, I think I may like Dunhill Icon a little bit more. It smells luxurious, it smells somewhat fresh and clean, like it's definitely got a clean vibe to it for sure, but there's a lot of body to it. Like I said, it's got a creamy smoothness to it as well, which makes it quite luxurious to wear. So Dunhill Icon, I highly recommend. Like I see this on a guy who's like going to like the polo club or something like that, and he's wearing this fragrance. Like 6. I know, calm down. We have another Parfums de Moly on the list, and I've actually been asked by so many of you guys what I think of Percival from Parfums de Moly. Now, I'm not, you know, like I said, I'm not being paid. I can say whatever I want to say. Nobody's telling me what to say. I actually really, really love Percival. Do I love it more than Layton? No. But do I think it is a great fragrance that you guys should check out? Yes, I really do. Like I said, I also love Galloway, and Percival and Galloway would definitely be my recommendations for the spring and summer months. Layton could also work, but I definitely think Percival is a little bit more summer, spring appropriate. There is something about this fragrance that possibly is the most likable fragrance that I've ever smelled. Like I cannot see anybody disliking this fragrance at all. You may not think it's the most unique fragrance. You may not even really think it's that great, but it has great longevity. It smells amazing, in my opinion, and it's going to get you compliments, and I think that most women would absolutely love it. I'm not going to lie to you guys, like this DNA is very, very familiar. Like you would have smelt it quite a lot, but that doesn't mean that it's not a great fragrance, and that doesn't mean that I'm not recommending it. I'm definitely recommending you guys to go and check out Percival. It's got lavender, geranium, orange. There's definitely orange in the top there, but it's just beautiful. It's a little bit aromatic. It's a bit fresh. It's kind of like those kind of fresh out of the shower scents. A little bit barbershoppy as well, but I really love it, like I said, and I highly, highly recommend it. The opening of the top 5, again, this fragrance doesn't get talked about a lot, and this one is definitely one that gets slept on. This is L'Homme Ideal Cologne, or L'Homme Ideal Cologne from Guerlain. Now this one to me gives me the similar feeling to Chanel's Allure Homme Edition Blanche, like the lemon cream pie kind of vibe. I hate when I say cream pie, oh god. Probably shouldn't say cream pie in a men's video, but anyways, wait for the dry down. Some of you will love it and some of you won't. It does turn quite sweet and a little bit like edible kind of vibe. Like it definitely turns like a little bit edible, so definitely be careful with that if you don't like sweet fragrances. But to me, like I said, it literally smells like a lemon almondy creamy pie, and it smells so freaking good. Like it does smell quite edible. So L'Homme Ideal Cologne from Guerlain, I love it, and I feel like nobody really talks about this one, but it's a great fragrance if you want to go for that sort of vibe. Again, this one is slept on so much, and it is disliked so much on Fragrantica that I'm a little bit mind blown. Like I am surprised at how many people do not like this fragrance, because when I smelled it and when I tested it, I loved it. I genuinely fell in love with this fragrance, and this is Givenchy's Gentleman. Why did I say that so weird? Givenchy's Gentleman. It has iris in it, and you definitely smell the iris, but it's a fresh way to do iris. Usually iris turns very creamy, very like a bit thick into fragrances. In my opinion, iris can make a fragrance very, like I said, dense, a bit thick. This is a fresh version of iris. You definitely get the iris in the opening, but then it kind of dries down and it becomes just a slight kind of powdery scent with a lot of fruitiness. Like this is quite a fruity scent. It still has a beautiful kind of cleanness to it as well. Love it so much. Please check this one out. Like I said, this one is slept on, and I feel like that's because there's so many dislikes on it on Fragrantica, and I'm quite shocked because it's a beautiful fragrance, and I was genuinely shocked when I smelled it. I was like, that is going into my spring summer list because that smells freaking amazing. So love it. Okay, my next one has no, like I don't need to introduce this one. You guys know how I feel about this bad boy. This is Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Minty, tonka bean, kind of sweet, minty fresh. I'm done. This fragrance is amazing. It's one of my favorites ever. Some people think it's quite boring. I personally don't. I think it smells sexy, fresh, interesting, and I love it so much. Like I have nothing bad to say about this fragrance. It's a great fragrance. So Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme is my number 3. Okay, my number 2 is from Yves Saint Laurent, and this is a flanker. This is a flanker to the beautiful Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Ultime. I'm just gonna go with that. This is amazing. Like, this really is an amazing fragrance. I was shocked when I looked at the notes, actually. I was quite shocked that this contains rose. Like, I definitely don't pick up too much rose in this fragrance. And like I said, a lot of men are kind of like put off when you say rose in a men's fragrance. It does not smell like rose. Trust me guys, this is very sexy and fresh. It still has a little bit of the L'Homme DNA. I was almost going to also include the original L'Homme in here as well. But I have to say, for the spring summer months, I really think that the L'Homme Ultime is incredible, and it smells sexy as hell. Like, this fragrance, this smells sexy. I'm not even, this is sexy stuff. My number one fragrance for a man for the summer and spring months is actually something that has been discontinued, and I don't know why it's discontinued, because it's one of the best fragrances that I've smelled for the summertime, easily, like easily. Giorgio Armani Acquadigio Essenza. Now, like I said, this one has been discontinued, but I had to put it at my number one, and I'm sorry for doing that, but I had to, because it's easily one of the best, like, fresh fragrances that I've smelled. It's watery, it's got that aquatic vibe to it, but it's also got a beautiful, like, fruity, juicy grapefruit note in there, along with some bergamot. It is just the most refreshing, sexy, fresh, aquatic scent ever, and it's very masculine. Like, there is quite a strong masculinity to this fragrance. Essenza is definitely my favorite, and then Profumo, and then the rest just fall kind of, they just go down for me. Like, but Essenza and Profumo, they're definitely my two favorites from the line. So Acquadigio Essenza was my number one pick for the spring summer months. That is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm sorry it was a long one, but I'm trying. I tried to make it a little bit more compact. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.